group on campus, and they pick topics having to do with global initiatives, global ideas, and sort of get them out from beyond their own backyards a little bit. And the student I'm introducing today is Justin Melendez, and he took this Global Citizens Project that was assigned in course and took it to whole new levels. He's done a series of presentations all over campus having to do with globalwater.org and just water issues in general. And Justin is, I wouldn't have guessed that he would become a star public speaker, to be honest, the first day. He is a quiet kid. He's unassuming. He's incredibly humble, as bright as the day is long. But he's not the most, let's put it this way, he's not Ian. Ian is a ham. When you meet Ian on the first day of a public speaking class, he just gets up there and goes like he was born to do it. And Justin was not like Ian. But it gives me such pleasure to see how far he's come and his time at Brookdale and the amazing work he's done with water issues. He's speaking at the graduation next week. He's speaking tonight at the scholarship ball. He's just become one of Brookdale's stars. I couldn't be more proud of him. And mostly he cares. He cares about things beyond himself. He cares about our world and making the world a better place. And nothing can make me happier than to be here to introduce him today. So with no further ado, Justin Melendez.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to get started with a quick exercise. Can I ask you guys to all stand up for a moment? All right, great. So I'm going to ask you guys to imagine a few different things, and if you can't imagine yourself in those situations, I want you to sit down. So once again, if you cannot imagine yourself in the scenarios I'm going to describe to you today, I want you to please sit down. First, you wake up at 4 in the morning, every morning, to get your family water. That was a little too easy. All right, so if there was anyone still standing up, basically I would have asked you guys to imagine that after waking up at 4 in the morning, that you're going to walk 4 miles to the closest body of water to get something that looks like this. Now, you guys probably aren't going to drink this, but so the next thing I would have said was you're going to walk 4 miles back to your family. You're going to let them ration the water out throughout the entire day. Then you're going to do this again and again and again for the rest of your life. Now, as sad as that may seem, there are millions of people in this world who actually have to deal with that every day as a reality. The World Health Organization estimates that 1.6 million people die every year as a result of waterborne illnesses. That is the entire population of Monmouth County dying 3 times every year. Now, the average woman in a developing country walks about 4 miles every day to get water for their families. That's from here, Brookdale, to the Red Bank train station every day. Hi guys, as you know, my name is Justin Melendez, and I've been researching the problems that unclean water causes in different developing nations around the world. I believe that unclean water is the main cause of poverty, hunger, and disease throughout our developing world. So first, I'm going to speak to you about the ramifications in terms of economics and poverty. Now, as I said, people walk on average 4 miles to the closest body of water every day. That equates to 40 billion hours worth of walking every year just to get water. That's the equivalent of France's entire labor force. There's the sum of all the time that they work throughout an entire year spent on just getting water. Now, clearly you can see that that's a lot of time people are spending walking around. In that time, these people could be earning money for their families. They could be spending time with their families. They could be earning an education which can help increase their standard of living. But sadly, they don't have that ability. So, as you probably don't know, Americans use 35 times the amount of water than the average African does. And you can clearly see the difference between that water that I just threw out onto the floor and this water. The difference is you would drink that water, you wouldn't drink this water, and there's clearly more of it. Now I'd like to talk to you about the hunger ramifications and implications. As you can see, it takes 40 liters of water just to create a slice of bread. How many people have had a slice of bread this morning? A lot of you. It takes 2,400 liters of water to create one hamburger. I know I had a hamburger, I think just yesterday. I'm sure that you guys have had some in the last 2 or 3 weeks alone. Without sanitary water, you can't make these things or other food items. And as a result, people living in these developing countries don't have access to the food that they need to survive. So now that I've talked to you about some of the ramifications in terms of hunger, I'd like to talk to you about unclean water's several medical implications. Chemicals such as arsenic, fluoride, selenium, and nitrate all exist in these bodies of water that people are getting water to drink from every day. These chemicals cause diseases such as fluorosis, which decays your teeth, leptospirosis, which causes rashes all over your body, schistosomiasis, which deforms people's bodies, and methemoglobinemia. Try saying that a couple times. Now, these words are scary. These diseases are very bad diseases. But what's even worse is that there's several more that millions upon millions of people are dealing with every day. People are dealing with these diseases, and they cause several different medical complications, such as skin pigmentations, extreme diarrhea, skin lesions, fever, excess weight loss, fatigue, blisters, lung cancer, and even kidney failure. Now, it's estimated by the World Health Organization that half of all hospital beds in developing countries are occupied by people who are suffering from water-related diseases. Now, the UN estimates that over the past 10 years alone, more children have died as a result of these water-related illnesses that I just showed you than people have died in all of the conflicts we've had since World War II. Clearly, this is a pressing subject. Now I'd like to talk to you about someone who's dealt with these severe problems. Imagine this is Raul. Raul is born with a twin. His twin is Daisy's. He's born to two loving parents in a developing country without access to safe water. By the age of 2, Raul's brother, Daisy's, has died due to malnutrition. At 4 years old, Raul suffers from malnutrition himself. The skin presses against his ribs, and he goes to sleep hungry each night. At 9, Raul's father gets sick. He has typhoid fever. So Raul drops out of school in order to help his family. At 13, Raul succumbs to the several parasites that reside throughout his body, his stomach, and his intestines. There are too many people in this world, millions, living under conditions just like this. So the United Nations has tried putting together a list of Millennium Goals, which is supposed to decrease the amount of people dying because of these illnesses by 203,000 people each year. That's Monmouth County, a third of Monmouth County being saved each year. That sounds good. But if you look at it a second time, the amount of people dying each year is 8 times that amount. 1.6 million people dying each year. So there's not that, the UN, although trying to work towards something good, it's just not enough. So, as I close, I want you to realize that unclean water is the main cause of hunger, poverty, and disease within the developing world. I'd like you to realize how water affects people in our world. How important water is to you, me, and our global community. Since I started this presentation, 30 people have already passed away due to these illnesses. I thank you for your time.